from Indiana's #1 news source.
Thanks, Jim. All right, it's almost time for students to take the ISTEP, but what are all those recent problems we've been talking about doing to our kids?
How can you help your child survive the test, and why it goes beyond just making sure they get enough to, eat and to sleep? It's much more than that.
We're going to talk about that with the experts. Plus, it is 105.
Testing time, we've been talking all about it for so long. It's almost here. More than 450,000 Indiana 3rd through 8th graders going to be taking ISTEP beginning Wednesday. The recent protests over increased times and concerns about technical issues have students even more worried about taking the test. School psychologist Renae Azziz has tips to help your kids survive. Renae's joining us now to talk a little bit about it. I was just telling you in the commercial break, I had some friends over Friday night, and out of nowhere, one of the little girls who's in 4th grade brought up that she is really stressed out about taking the ISTEP, and you're not surprised at all.
Not at all. Kids are feeling lots of anxiety around this test, and so it's really important that we give parents and educators alike some tips to help kids get through this ISTEP season.
We know that they need a lot of rest, and we know that they need to eat healthy food, but beyond that, there are things that we can do to make them at ease. Okay, so let's break down some of them.
Okay, so the first, I think, is just to recognize the symptoms of anxiety, right? Lots of kids are feeling anxious, and so our kids might not have the words to communicate that, and so we need to know the symptoms. And when it comes down to it, any change in your child is a sign for you. But when it comes to anxiety, we can really focus on 3 specific ways that anxiety shows up. So our thoughts, we might have trouble concentrating or paying attention. We might be forgetful. Our behaviors, we might fidget or twirl our hair, bite our nails. Some kids feel withdrawn or sad or irritable, just grumpy. And then other kids have physical symptoms, so increased heart rate. They might complain of headaches or stomach aches. So behaviors, thoughts, and physical symptoms are important signs.
Now, I would think as a parent, not of us that are always in tune with our children, but to make sure we are in tuned, what can we do, and then what do we say? Because I'm guessing our words have a lot of impact.
Right, so words are huge, and I think that we've all used that saying, practice makes perfect. As a psychologist, that is, I despise it, right? And I really think that we should revise that language with our kids to say, practice produces preparedness. That's one important thing I think we as parents and educators can really focus on. And I think in this ISTEP season, the frustration, the anxiety of adults is really moving its way, making its way to our children.
So we hear it.
And we need to be conscious of the messages we're sending, even if they're unintentional.
How important is it then to make sure that we are praising them or reinforcing, the positive things? Yeah,
hands down, the most important thing we can do. Our children do better when they feel better, and so in all things, we need to be praising the behaviors we want to see, right? And so if kids are waking up with a positive attitude, eating that healthy breakfast, proud of you, you're gonna do great today. If our educators are working with our students and they're using that scratch paper or circling the bold words, we need to acknowledge that. Again, our kids are gonna do great when they're feeling good.
I like it. You're making me feel better already. Renae is a school psychologist with Virtuoso Education Consulting. For more information on her, maybe some more of her tips, we'll link you to get you hooked up with her at fox59.com. Nice to see you. Good job. All right, Ray, what do we work?